PostdocTransformation. 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 You have to embrace AI. If you want to be employed, companies must digitize as much as they can to survive at all within the next couple of years. They cannot afford to employ workers who are not able to contribute to that journey. Machines do not pay you a salary. Machines won't pay for a solution. Humans will. You will be working with humans for humans, creating new business models that are probably AI-driven and new venues in virtual reality and beyond so that you can solve human problems and to earn money for a living, okay? What I see as your opportunity with a bachelor, master, or PhD degree under your belt are the following expected to be prevalent and in-demand skills. Invest in your postdoc transformation. Welcome to the seasonal show for scientists leaping into business. In every sponsored episode, we are happy to recommend employers of choice for you. Make sure to check your readiness to leap out of science with us for free, as linked in the show notes. For your career transition, we offer customized career transition e-courses and memberships also at graduate schools all over the world. Maybe yours too. And if your university isn't yet our customer, enroll in your free email course for career transition made simple, as linked in the show notes. I'm your host, Professor Dr. Eleonore Soei-Winkels, with my team who is rooting for you. And let's build your postdoc transformation with this episode. Dear postdoc transformer, are you ready for some tough love right now? You have to listen to this if you are a bachelor, a master, a PhD student, or a scientist leaping into business. Then you have to embrace AI. If you want to be employed in the next couple of 2 years or so, I kindly suggest to you that you execute your own AI exploration side projects. In the remainder of this episode, I will now argue why, when, and how. And to add a little bit gamification for my students in real life, I will sprinkle some Easter eggs, hoping that they will find the theories, models, and concepts from our lectures. If you're not my student in real life, you don't have to scramble. I'll make sure that you will understand everything, that you can ensure that your future work is with AI. There's no excuse here. Okay, chapter 1, why? As a professor for industrial and occupational psychology, I reserve a lot of time in my lectures to discuss with my students the future of work. If you haven't listened to my previous episodes and you want to know the future-proof industries and job roles, listen to episode number 4, the future of work for new PhD holders in business, but also listen to episode 22, which is working out your future, as linked in the show notes. I honestly hope that my bachelor and master students in real life become the experts, and if they want to, the leaders of all our children. I'm a mom of a child in primary school and a child who enters secondary school soon. Woo-hoo! And I often say to my students, they shall perform in a way at the workplace so that I will want to send my own children to them so that they can later learn from them as transformational leaders. But regardless whether you are my student in real life or you are a student of mine in this postdoc transformation show, you will transform the people you will be working with or even in your own business. And you will be boldly inspiring and find new ways of working and doing business. You will do so by creating new business models that are probably AI-driven. You will find new means with AI and new venues in virtual reality and beyond so that you can solve human problems and to earn money for a living, okay? Machines do not pay you a salary. Machines won't pay for a solution. Humans will. You will be working with humans for humans. Our current economy largely won't exist in a couple of years. There will be so much disruption all over the place because AI will put a lot of humans out of work. Many people do not have the capacity, the personality to learn whatever it takes to overcome obstacles and to ultimately reach the company goals because companies use AI. And if you don't understand how to use AI, then the companies won't need you. AI can do a lot of jobs reliably, even perfect, without complaint, scalable, and cheap. So you have to be better than AI to be a valuable contributor and to get on the payroll. Our future will be so different to what and who has worked in the past. Not many people will be able to participate in the future. AI will disrupt everything. Employers and leaders will want to and also have to work with AI because companies who do not have AI in their business processes, etc., won't be competitive anymore. At the end of the day, a company that holds on to the past without using AI in the future and today to prepare for that future, they will vanish from the marketplace. And the remaining humans, from my point of view, will be measured and monitored by AI in the performance, constantly and individually gamified to remain and become even more efficient and effective. You, as a transformational leader, you must be able to inspire and motivate your team members, the humans, in a better way than AI can do. How can you stimulate intellectually your team members and challenge them to think differently as a leader, as a team member, when AI seems to know everything in no time and can run predictive analytics? I've been working in business since 2008, and I've seen very few good leaders, a lot of suboptimal and even toxic leaders in academia and business as well. I can already see high-performing human team members preferring AI for on-demand individualized consideration, feedback, accountability, and guidance. A well-prompted AI is truly a better leader for many neglected and deprived human high potentials. That is really sad that sometimes an AI could be even a better leader than you are. But I hope that you will become the best leaders for all our kids. So my question to you is, how will you contribute and capitalize on the AI journey of your future employer? Or how can you build your AI-driven business to serve humans as your internal and external clients? Because remember what I said before, you will be working with and for humans, not machines. Machines are a means. They don't pay your bill. They don't pay your salary. And once you have determined your readiness to leap and want to transition into business or industries, then you can enroll in your free email course with 10 actionable, bingeable email lessons until you start your job in business. You'll get 10 emails like this. Number 1, how to leap out of science. Number 2, how to build your sustainable LinkedIn profile. Number 3, how to read social media and network. Number 4, how to research your favorite jobs and employers. Number 5, how to do informational interviews to get insights. Number 6, how to create your customized applications with ChatGPT. Number 7, how to prepare your thesis from a business point of view. Number 8, how to apply to your favorite employers. Number 9, how to choose the right job offer. Number 10, how to prepare for your new job. Okay, so let's go a level deeper. With my students, I often discuss what it means for a country when children in primary schools are increasingly poor in reading and calculating. Only the high performers are allowed to enter the better secondary schools, preparing them to enter university if they wish and can. The existing remaining schools in Germany prepare the children rather for jobs like low-level office jobs or production workers, customer service representatives. And that really is a huge risk for a country like Germany. These jobs will likely be automated and substituted by AI by 2030, according to the McKinsey Global Institute report of May 21st, 2024. And I will link to that in the show notes. The report is called A New Future of Work, the Race to Deploy AI and Raise Skills in Europe and Beyond. What does it mean to you if you are a bachelor or master student or a scientist leaping into business? So some of my bachelor students come directly from high school. Some have no essential work experience. My master students usually have already expertise in business. They are already leaders even sometimes. So when I talk about leadership within my lectures, we also discuss how it's like to lead a team. And in an ideal world, workers are willing to work and at least to upskill. But nowadays, I see a lot of warning signs that this is not the case anymore. Okay, so small business owners I know who are hiring for low-level office jobs often report to me that the willingness of applicants to work full-time in a reliable and responsible manner has decreased, and the salary expectations have increased. And I'm really concerned about that because I see a growing lack to embrace digitalization at the workplace in low-level office workers. They have not been prepared for that in their schools. But the thing is, they're not needed if they're not able to use a computer in appropriate ways. They have to understand how databases work, etc. I would bet that companies must digitize as much as they can to survive at all within the next couple of years. They cannot afford to employ workers who are not able to contribute to that journey. As a high potential leaping into business, I strongly encourage you to only apply for future-proof startups that are really eager to use AI, or only to apply to corporate companies that are invested in AI, because otherwise you will be wasting your time. You should avoid working with small-minded coworkers. That's really a waste of your time and demoralizing, to be honest. You don't want to leap into the next company because that company was put out of service because they were not able to capitalize on AI because of the ill-equipped workers. Especially if you want a career and a family, you have no time to waste. Don't be a high performer in a company that is not future-proof, and chances are quite high that you won't be able to come back to that company after your parental leave. Maybe that company is already done and over, right? So if you haven't thought about career and family, you should also listen to episode 36 on career and family as linked in the show notes. Now, let's get back to the episode. So try to break into the future-proof industries which are already digitized and capitalize on AI. Most probably, these are the bigger corporates, not the small-minded companies who cling on the past, right? But, to be attractive for these kind of companies, you must demonstrate to be a suitable fit for their rapidly changing jobs. You will then work with AI. Coming back to leadership, eventually you will be leading an AI-assisted workforce. And to set the context right, also think about relocating, because just like I talked about Germany, and that I have a headache about that for our children, you should be thinking of relocating to a more future-proof country, as your future of work might also provide for the future of your children. Now let's look at the report that we have just introduced. Exhibit 3 shows the model change in skills in total hours up until 2030. And what I see as your opportunity with a bachelor, master, or PhD degree under your belt are the following expected to be prevalent and in-demand skills. Number 1, advanced IT skills and programming. Obviously, my own students are not studying IT, but they are studying industrial and occupational psychology with a business and psychology mixture. So I would say that the quantitative skills in R will help you to sort of like also dip your toes into advanced IT skills and programming. Number 2 is basic digital skills. Number 3 is scientific research and development, which is great if you are a real postdoc transformer, so you are a scientist leaping into business. Number 4, technology design. And again, I'm speaking directly to my own students in real life. Engineering and maintenance, think about the socio-technical system, the system design. I think that you will have a lot of things that you can contribute. Number 4, advanced communication and negotiation skills. Well, as a psychologist, I would say this is your home turf. And also for every scientist leaping into business, science communication will also help you there. Hey postdoc transformer, are you curious to ask professors, principal investigators, visiting scientists, postdocs, PhD students, and candidates some in-depth life and career guiding questions? But it feels cringe, so you end up not asking? Buy our postdoc transformation card game to have more fun and valuable insights in your journal club, lab, and mentoring meetings, lab rotations, during conferences, panels, and breaks at the Mensa. You'll get 10 intriguing mentoring questions per career level. So 10 for PhD students, 10 for postdocs, 10 for professors, 10 for parental scientists, underprivileged and underrepresented and underserved scientists. Check them out with our discount coupon on the Postdoc Transformation shop, linked on postdoctransformation.com. Number 6 is entrepreneurship and initiative taking, and that's why I am stressing that employment is only one alternative after the degree. You can also run your own business, and I want you to consider this at least once in your lifetime. Number 7 is interpersonal skills and empathy, and I would say that in the realm of AI, the human touch, the human connection is even more important. And number 8 is leadership and project management, all-time evergreen skills, of course, and leadership within the AI age will be also even more challenging. Number 9 is for every scientist, teaching and training. And number 10, critical thinking and decision making. Remember, as a scientist, you bring a lot of things to the table. And maybe it's not your research results, but it's more your performance that had earned you the result. Related to this list, I also encourage you to listen back to the episode 18, which is about business roles requiring teaching skills, and number 19, which is about business roles requiring research skills, which are again linked in the show notes. But now over to you. And to set the stage right, you will now hear my favorite recurring encouragement. Remember, you are a postdoc transformer. You are highly intelligent, well-educated, a bachelor, master, and maybe you have already your doctor under your belt, or you are a postdoc. You are internationally experienced, fluent in English, a leader and expert in your prior research field. You're resilient, brilliant in adaptation and problem solving. You are eager to bring in the transferable and monetizable skills needed in many companies to embrace the future and to become or remain an innovator in their markets. I hope that you enjoy this as much as I do. And taken together, there is and will always be a war for talents in technology, human-machine interfacing, maybe also leadership roles, requiring emotion and social skills to lead a diverse workforce, but not so much in low-level office jobs. There is already now a huge need for advanced IT and data analytics, but also for critical thinking, creativity, teaching and training, not so much to the surprise of a seasoned HR representative who would ideally hire for personality and train for skills. Chapter 2. How? How can you, as a current bachelor or master student, or even a PhD holder, step into the workforce for the first time? And like I said in the beginning, you must set and execute your own AI exploration projects to improve your employability in the industry, company, and roles of your choice. Every company comprises of a social technical system. We have the technical system as such that can be the hardware, the AI, the machines, or whatever. And then you have the people. That's the social side. And to be future-proof, that company is using AI and also employing AI open workers. Try to find a job ideally in or at least adjacent to the business domain, IT and technology, or at least in human-machine interfacing roles. So that's one side in the technical domain. And then on the people side, you have to understand that you can only be successful if you honed your emotional skills like self-management, learning, motivation, volition, and even resilience. And when you want to talk about resilience and self-efficacy, just look also at the episode 43, that is betting on yourself. You also have to hone your social skills, so skills with others, that you can also practice in the context of science communication, but also social media, because that will always be helpful for you in marketing and sales. So this way, you can become a sought-after team member and eventually, if you want to, become a transformation leader for a diverse workforce who have all in common that they are willing to work with AI for their future of work. From episode 1 and counting, I have proudly hosted all our Postdoc Transformation Show episodes on Podbean. As a former IT strategy consultant, I have high requirements on my tech stack, and Podbean is my perfect fit for a podcast host. If you want to create your own individual podcast or one for, internal upskilling and communications within a company, DM or email me Podbean so I can share my experience and consult you. You can also use my affiliate links for perks launching your own podcast with Podbean. I built my postdoc transformation as a digital business, and I chose ActiveCampaign to be the centerpiece of all my services like email course, podcast newsletter, show notes, website, sales page, merch shop, forms, whatever it is, as needed. As a former IT strategy consultant, I have high requirements on my tech stack, and ActiveCampaign is a must-have recommendation. I use it daily. If you want to create your own digital business with various lead magnets and funnel options, DM or email me ActiveCampaign so I can share my experience and consult you. You can also use my affiliate links for perks launching your own digital business. Now here's your homework. Play around with new AI tools in your skill vicinity. Whatever your study degree is, as a bachelor or master, you can play around with that during your studies. And if you are a scientist already, then play around with AI for your research and also for your teaching. Okay? So you need to reflect on the chances and risks of AI for your work at hand, because you are already experienced as a student or as a scientist. You need to connect that as a tech stack and use your data flow and the analytics for informed decision making. And that is actually great for you as a scientist because you understand the data flow anyway. You can do your data exploration with AI on your AI-driven project. That is huge. So I want you to reflect on that weekly or at least monthly. Be creative in iterations. This is hypothesis testing. The more you use that, the more comfortable you will feel working with AI, and that will be helpful for you to be employable in a future-proof company as well. If you are a master student or a scientist, you can take the lead and suggest to do a task like this in the context of your curriculum so that you can also hone your online and in-person teachings and training skills on a new exciting topic that will help every one of you in the class. And just as an example, for my podcasting business around this Postdoc Transformation Show, I started to play around with ChatGPT in December 2022. And here are the tasks where AI helps me in various forms: social media marketing, selling, operations, delivery of my e-courses. And with that free time, I can now concentrate on the strategy, pivoting my business for better profit, building relationships not only with interesting interview guests, but also with the company representatives for which I have become an affiliate partner because I love to work with them using their products and services for my own business. And yes, I am lucky. I am an expert with experience, and I honestly love using AI-infused tools strategically in almost all my business workflows. Obviously, the human idea is coming first, but at the end of the day, the way I produce my things, everything else is AI-infused. The contrast to a new willing junior or unexperienced worker is huge, and according to how I set up my tech stack, it works. It never forgets a set deadline, there's no emotional conflict, and it always delivers whenever, wherever, on my demand. Seasoned leaders with experience under the belt are growing unwilling to pay for the learning curve of a junior workforce because they think that AI can do the work much better, faster, etc. But the thing is that young people need to have work experience, and if you're not giving them the chance to work, then they will never master the obstacles. So this is an investment of companies that they have to be willing to do in order to capitalize and grow a workforce, a human workforce that is able to steer and control AI. I am anticipating a huge employment gap, not maybe now, but in the next couple of years. So I reorganized my didactic approach as a professor. In March 2023, I started my semester mentioning ChatGPT every week. But I had not included that in my student assignment. I just encouraged them to use that for their studies, and I was absolutely shocked to realize the rest of my faculty colleagues, the lecturers, forbid using ChatGPT at that time. From September 23 onwards, I demanded all my students to use ChatGPT as a common playground for my student assignment. And my reactions about the students' performances have varied, to be honest, from being shocked and thrilled. Shocked when they were not able to see and seize the potential of using ChatGPT for achieving their self-set goals. Sometimes the goals were not really set well, and the behavior towards that goal was questionable. And sometimes I was thrilled because those students were able to do so in a reflective way, and it's getting better. To their defense, also because I have improved my instructions for them how to use ChatGPT for their goal setting and goal achieving behavior. What happened in that time is that I was honestly so excited about ChatGPT and shocked that they were not using that. So that I recorded an episode 5 for you, how to use ChatGPT for your job application, because I thought that I don't want to give away my student assignment, but at least this way I can have a transferable task that is also valuable for my postdoc transformation show. Are you wondering how I do my videos and my podcasts in my spare time? Well, Descript is the video and audio editor that I use, and I wish I had since day one of my postdoc transformation show. Descript's AI-powered features make it really easy for me to create branded, long-form and short-form content for my TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn game, and whatever it is. Since my first remote interview with international guests from all over the place, I fell in love with their newly acquired Squadcast feature. So all English interviews are transcribed with high accuracy despite the different accents of my guests, mine including. And best of all, I am editing words and not sound waves. They are constantly building new AI-powered features which have helped me to efficiently and effectively promote my business, postdoc transformation, and that's so invaluable as a working mom and active professor. So check it out with my affiliate link in the show notes for launching your own podcast, video show, or even B2B for your internal communication and Well, now let's head over to chapter 3. When? Well, that's yesterday. Okay, so no kidding. Start now your AI exploration project in parallel to your studies or your research. I would even argue that it's more important than your current past-oriented study assignments. and exams, and certainly more important than your next research publication. Because a publication, a paper, means almost nothing in business. So finishing that will give you a peace of mind, but it's even more important to embrace AI in your work behavior, in your study behavior. So this way you can embrace AI and be AI ready, so to speak. If you want to continue on your research publication, at least use AI-infused study and research tools in a reflective manner, so that also would count as an AI exploration project, so to speak. I remember from my days as a student, I have always been working in parallel to my studies. I know you have a study workload, and you might not have a professor who forces you to use generative AI like ChatGPT as a starter. But guess what? This is the time that you step up to take over the driver's seat in your extracurricular learning. AI readiness is not a skill that you learn overnight, certainly not without a self-set goal like an attractive use case for your future work. And our episode 43 is on betting on yourself for your future, and that dovetails nicely with this point in time. You will also find helpful advice in episode 20, which is the strategies for doing a PhD. Well, if you are a postdoc scientist, maybe you should ignore it, or you will be maybe crying about turning points that you have missed. But remember, if you do, it's never too late to build your postdoc transformation according to your vision of life. And now it's time to thank Company ABC, who sponsors this episode of the Postdoc Transformation Show. I would now be reading the company's answers to one of 6 bold questions so that you can choose to apply. For example, number 1, describe your most valuable experts versus leaders in your company. Have they typically earned a doctor title? Number 2, for which of your company roles or units do you encourage somebody with a doctor title to apply? Number 3, how would you describe your organizational culture in which your most valuable experts and leaders thrive in? To nominate an employer of choice so that we can ask our informative bold questions, let us know via the click on the link. If you are a company representative, like in recruiting and employer branding, and now you want your company to be highlighted as an employer of choice for our audience, you can become a sponsor of a dedicated Postdoc Transformation Show episode. Just click on the link in the show notes. And now, back to the Postdoc Transformation episode. Have you found this episode so far helpful for yourself? Well, maybe you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or wherever you get our show. And also, share this episode with your PhD bestie, because that would encourage us to help the underprivileged, underrepresented, and underserved early career scientists leaping into business. This would also ensure that you don't miss a future episode. Also, our subscription and listening numbers are key for finding the right sponsors for our show so that we can help you for free. Back to today's episode title. To ensure that your future work is with AI, please explore and demonstrate that you understand the potential of generative AI beyond ChatGPT as a starter, from start to end, bottom up and top down. I am honestly excited to explore that in my podcasting business, to share this as an evolving case study for my students in real life, and to offer podcasting business internships every semester. So my question to you is, what AI exploration side projects will you do, when and how, for yourself, or even for and with your own students? If you want more guidance, a more structured side project, you can also apply for a podcasting business internship with Team Postdoc Transformation and me. As long as you are willing to work, we are willing to teach you what we know. You can find more information as linked in the show notes. Next week, I'll be sharing exciting news on the European AI Act and how it impacts human resources and your job search, onboarding, performance measurement, and management and promotion in the future of work. So stay tuned and subscribe to never miss a future episode. Do you want a transcript of our episode? And our episode sponsors answers to all 6 bold questions so that you can choose to apply. Do you want to nominate your potential employer of choice so that we can ask them our bold questions? For all of that, click on our links in our show notes and on our website, www.postdoctransformation.com. Remember to check your readiness to leap out of science and to enroll in our free email course, Career Transition Made Simple. Thanks for your attention. I'm Professor Dr. Eleonore Soei-Winkels, the host of your seasonal Postdoc Transformation Show. Hey, you're still here? And you are a future HR or talent management leader? Well, I want to talk to you about a powerful tool that can transform the way organizations communicate internally. How about creating a podcast like this one? In today's fast-paced business world, effective communication is the cornerstone of success. So how can you engage your employees, convey your company's culture, and share knowledge in a dynamic, authentic, and accessible way? Well, to me, the answer lies in podcasting, obviously. So picture this, a podcast tailor-made for your organization where you and your real employees and leaders share success stories and updates in a conversational, engaging format. It's like having your own radio show, but with a corporate twist. Absolutely branded. Now, why should you consider this as a future HR and talent management professional? Well, podcasts are accessible. So your employees can tune in during their daily commute, while multitasking, off-screen, or walking, and it's flexible and it can be easily repurposed in different formats and languages. You know what I'm talking about, right? So it actually humanizes your organization, and podcasts allow you to bring a company's culture to life. You can interview leaders, team members, and highlight what makes your workplace unique and connect with those team members who are far away or on parental leave when they are most receptive for your internal communication. And in the era of AI-generated communications, a podcast with your business leaders in real life is a real human way to reach your employees. You can inform your people every day, everywhere, on demand, and not just during the typical onboarding and promotion seasons. Lastly, it's a platform for continuous learning. Whether it's training materials, leadership insights, or industry trends, podcasts keep your team informed and inspired. So, as you prepare to step into the world of HR, talent management, and leadership, consider the impact you can make by introducing a corporate podcast. It's a game changer for internal communications and aligns perfectly with a modern work environment. So, are you ready to inform with a human touch? Create a podcast with me. I'm Eleonore Soei-Winkels, the host of the Postdoc Transformation Show. Do you need inspiration? Well, you can get a list of free 30 sample episode titles to be customized for your company. Just enter your email address on our company podcast form on PostdocTransformation.com. Postdoc Transformation. Postdoc Transformation.